Yo, you already know, man. This is another episode of Camp James. We out here in Vegas, and we're gonna do it big this episode for Dunk Exchange Vegas. Shout out to Dunk Exchange, shout out to Curtis, shout out to everybody who puts Dunk Exchange together. Shout out to Sneaker Pimps. Yo, shout out to my boy Chris, everybody, all the artists that performing, Black Dave, everybody, Forte. Yo, this is gonna be a great episode. It's gonna be have a good time, and we got a great interview with a very special guest, Camp James.
La música de Harry Fraud.
You never lose. You always gotta keep trying. Man, what a day. Camp James, we gave out stickers, we performed, we did music, we played basketball. What a day. It was definitely a great event. Vegas, thank you, Dunk Exchange. I want to just take the time, like I said, this episode is strictly dedicated to Dunk Exchange and dedicated to Sneaker Pimps and dedicated to just a great event out here in Vegas today. I want to just take this time, honestly, to kind of show you a few of the things I picked up and kind of just give the love to the people who gave me love today at the show. Just dope cannabis coloring books. Hey man, I appreciate it. Straight up. Respect. Definitely. My boys from last night, you already know. My boys out of Hawaii. Farmer, you all day, man. Thank you for the snapback. Much love, man. Hopefully I said this right. Either Frophy or Fro. Thank you. Thank you so much for the 5-panel. Definitely. Got a little t-shirt here. League of Extraordinary Fresh. Definitely. League of Extraordinary. Thank you. I need this in a medium, guys. In a medium. Boom. Much love to everybody. Just all the love. Everybody give me the brands. Some of this stuff I can't fit, but I appreciate it. I really do. Size medium, man. Size medium. Once again, shout out to these guys. Roof. Straight up. Straight up. League. Extraordinary Fresh. Once again. Thank you, fellas. Definitely. Appreciate it. Boom. Universal Kick. Universal Kicks. What is it? Kicks Universe. Kicks Universe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it definitely, man. Appreciate it definitely. Appreciate it definitely. Boom. Space Ghost. Dope, dope. This goes with my freaking Air Maxes that I picked up today. I'm so happy. And my favorite gift of the day. Thank you so much. Shining Sun. My boys. Going crazy. This shirt hard. I'll put it in the blunt and smoke it myself if I could. Appreciate it. Jason Mark, always holding down all the shows. I appreciate it, definitely. Everybody knows, man. Jason Mark is where it's at, man. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Thank you so much for the great packaging. My boys over here, Rejuvenator. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, definitely. Boom. And the right size shirt. Thank you so much. Definitely, once again, Jason Mark, always showing the love. Hey. Little competition there, guys? Huh? What you got going on? Crazy day, man. Like I said, tons and tons of gift. I really appreciate it. Everybody with the boots and vending. Hey, man, keep your hustle going. And what I will say, take the time to say is that allow people to come to you. And I'm not trying to knock your hustle, but don't be too overbearing with it, because sometimes you can scare away on a good brand. Definitely. Just be cool and real, recognize real. Definitely. Once again, thank you. To get into what matters the most, there's a few pickups. Definitely. This history of Jordan 6s. Not too crazy about it, but they're red. And you know how I feel about red. Personally, I definitely will hoop in these. Find something to wear with them. Not mad at them. The Spizak print on the inside. Not mad at all. Not mad at all. Not mad at all. Dope, 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 dope. What's going on in here? Yeah, these joints are dope. I like the little green pull tab in the back. To match that. Green sole at the bottom. My favorite shoe of the year. These are crazy, and it definitely is 3M. I can't wait to get more pairs of these because I'm going to wear them out, because these shoes are the truth. The Infrared 6s are definitely my top shoe of the year, Jordan wise. I am so happy to have these and the ones on my feet. These red ones going to town. Definitely. My boy definitely had these for me, looked out. I want to give a big shout out to my homie on these, definitely. Ginza Boutique, thank you so much. Super dope, super dope. Almost done here. A couple pickups from the show. Got me a pair of Arachis. First time ever having this particular colorway. Super happy to have them. Caught them for a definite steal. Definite steal. Check out the other side. Good clean pair. This one. I was just wondering, like, when are some good shoes gonna come out that I actually really like? And then I got these ridiculous lunar crazy Air Max 90s. American flag in the back. I will say that actually having this shoe in person now, I kind of wish it was a different material, but the 3M is pretty crazy. I respect it, definitely. There's not too much to it. It's kind of like, the print is kind of like misleading from the pictures, I will honestly say myself. But I'm happy to have the shoe. Definitely, I really like the back, kind of does it for me. That American flag in the back. Boom. Caught these from the same vendors. I think they left their card in here. What's the name? Vices. Noah. Magdaleno. Vices. Thank you for looking out, homie. The only people that I was able to cop some shoes from today, they actually had something that I actually needed. Thank you so much. So as you see, I have a table full of things. This Cam James episode, like I told you, is strictly dedicated to Duck Exchange, strictly dedicated to Sneaker Pimps. And now, last but not least, I told you I had a special guest, and I'm about to take you over there right now. So yes, you already know I told you I had a crazy guest for you guys. And you know, we changed the atmosphere. Like I said, we're out here in Vegas, and I want to introduce an OG in the game. Definitely my boy Kenny, aka the Perfect Pair. Homie, how you doing?
Very well, how are you?
I'm great. See, we got real cool for the Vegas edition. Shades, little bling going on here or whatever. You know, we got our good Supreme pieces on, good shoes. Definitely show what you're wearing today. With the special piece on it, we're gonna give you a little closer look at that later on. My favorite shoes in the world right now at the moment. Yeah. So, welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Very well.
Look, how long have you personally been collecting seriously, man?
Since I was 14 years old.
Man, what, you just turned 18 yesterday, so not bad. It's a good 4 years. It's a good. Nah, definitely.
I'll be 37 September 3rd of this year.
I've been collecting the whole while. 14.
Yeah, when my brother turned 18 years old, we actually came into some money, and he bought me my first pair of J's, the 7s.
Which ones? What's that?
Bordeaux.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll never forget. And you know, from that point forward, it's just history from there. You know what I mean? Just buying shoes, every release, this, that, and the third, and it came to a point where it was like we get 3, 4, you know, he get his 2, I get my 2, and that's how we have shoes like this before us today. You know, these 99 versions. You know,
these are so clean. Obviously, somebody wore them.
Oh yes,
definitely.
Yes, for sure. Lewis wore those shoes right there.
These are your bro's shoes.
Yes,
man.
Laced by Lewis, the whole 9. So, and he was, you know, the Royal G on Instagram. A lot of kids know him as that, as opposed to Lewis. So the best way to say it is this shoe was bought in '99. I've talked about this shoe before in the Nice Kicks interview.
All right. Shout out to Nice Kicks, by the way.
Exactly. Peace. But the point is, this shoe here with the Nike Air on the heel tab, a lot of people they still think it's OG because they see that. You know, to me, it's not OG. Obviously, it's a 99 shoe. But the point is this was Lewis's shoe. He bought it in '99. On hold, I could show you the box. The whole night I brought it. It had his number and everything on it. So the point is, a lot of people talk about resoling shoes, and you know, I buy shoes. 2 years ago, I resold them. This, that, and the third. I hear a lot of this stuff going on. It's nonsense. You know, it's very much nonsense. You know, this is a 14-year-old shoe. I'll put on right now, walk around, this, that, and the third. It's not gonna fall apart. It's because it was taken care of correctly. A lot of people say these static bags I use don't work, but I think I'm proving a point they do.
I mean, honestly, like, this is no hype. This honestly is to be an actual original from '99 to now.
Yeah, that's 50.
This sole is crazy, man. Like, trust me, I got some old shoes, and
I mean, it's got the foggy air unit in there and everything.
Yeah, I mean, but still, like, we're gonna show you a closer up of just this sole and going around, but
there's
this is crazy.
Sole
it's super
separation,
clean.
There's no crazy glue.
These are super clean.
Yes, that's back when they were making them correct. You know, to me, the best years of the Jordan brand with Nike were, you know, circa era '94 to going into maybe 2001. You know, that's the best circa era for me. Of course, all these new shoes are very nice to get and whatnot. You know, it's kind of like ice cream flavors. You know, so that's what I like about all the new shoes.
So I see you. Okay, this is from the old, or whatever. Now you got something from the new.
Yes, sir.
I've been seeing these shoes around a lot. You know what I mean? Different artists post them up. And give me a little history. Give me a little background on these. Give me a little background on these Soulflies.
Shout out to Soulfly on this one here. They held me down. This pair here was actually gifted to me.
Dope.
Shout out to Roman the Prophet for that one also. Hold me down. He works there. He's also a model for them. But yeah, this shoe here, supple leather. The colorway is crazy. I love the translucent heel tab. A lot of people don't pay attention to that. It comes with all these really nice laces. It's got the blue lace, it's got the red lace, and it's got the yellow lace. I mean, I can't wait to lace these guys.
Oh, the inside is
actually
crazy
wear
too.
them.
The insole is crazy
Right.
too. I mean,
You know, and they're a number edition from Soulfly, you know, so these are number 13 from Soulfly, you know. It is what it is, you know. I'm a blessed man to have this shoe is the best way to say it, you know.
no, I mean definitely.
And the 3M for days on this shoe too. He's a poppin'. I mean, whole top, upper, all 3M. So they made this shoe very well. And there's a collabo. They're gonna make a 4 next year, hopefully. You know, so
nice.
I can't wait for that one. You know, what
That's
I mean?
gonna be nice.
Yeah, for sure. But this is one of my favorite shoes. The 3 and the 4 are my favorite silhouettes in the Jordan when it comes to these old Nike Air shoes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of course, we can go straight to this here before we even start talking about my favorite shoes. The best shoe ever made by Jordan Brand is going to be this shoe here. And a lot of people don't.
Best shoe ever made.
Best shoe ever made by Jordan.
That's a deep statement.
And
that's a real deep statement. That's
I mean,
all I can say.
I've got shoes sitting around me. OVO, I mean Georgetowns, I mean crazy, you know, LOSs. The point is you got the true wax lace. You got the crocodile on the shoe. The buttery leather on this shoe. If you was to smell this shoe, like I tell everybody, every time I pull it out, it smells like my ladies' purses. You know, when you go to Gucci, Louis Vuitton, places like that, you pay a lot of money for that type of material. That's what this is. It just doesn't have the imprints on it, the embossments. So like I told you earlier,
Right.
Prada, Gucci, Louis Vuitton could be on this label here. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's a Jordan.
It is a Jordan.
Which I love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and the
definitely.
Jordan 2 making it even better. You know,
That's
so,
my favorite Jordan.
You know,
All my Jordan 2 fans.
I'll say it like this: it started for me here, and then went here, and then went here. But first love for shoes in Jordan Brand was the 2.
Oh wow, that's
You know,
that's
for
crazy.
sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
for
my
sure.
favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite. Definitely.
And the reason why
That's
is because it only said Nike on the back, you know, back in the day.
Yeah,
and now it says Air, you know, with this little bullshit. But the point is, the old school J's, he changed it. He put his logo on the side. Of course, this has a Ben logo.
Correct.
You know, he had his wings and whatnot. That had never been done before. You know, it was always a Nike endorsed product. They're gonna put their, you know, certain things on the shoe. You know, Jordan came in and said, I want to design it this way, use the finest Italian leathers, this, that, and the third. The first 2s ever made were the finest 2s ever made. So trying to find the OG.
What was that, like 87?
87, yeah.
Yeah,
It would be 86, 87.
That box is really nice. I want a pair. That's like that's my like
That's
ultimate
right, that's
grail.
right, exactly,
Like,
exactly.
That's my ultimate
I have
grail.
one.
That's a
Exactly. And I keep it preserved in the box.
That's the hey
It stays put away, you know what I mean? So,
Nah, I
but
get
no,
it.
for sure. The bin, people are sleeping on this bin too. You know, I have the bin 5. I can talk about it all day too. It's a good shoe.
Nah, the materials on the bins are really wonderful.
You know, again, there is, you know, a little bit of stressing, you know, on the creasing here going on. You're never gonna see that on the shoe. I don't wear them the same. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So
That's a great shoe.
the shoes don't lie. People do. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this is like the only 2 I don't have.
Yeah.
I need to get it.
Yeah,
I need to get
super
it.
clean.
Nah, this is a great shoe. It's definitely a great shoe.
And I actually got a good price on this one here. It's $500. You know, so
No, that's a wonderful price.
It was
compared to the prices I see now these days. This is
years
great.
ago. You know what I mean? I got lucky on that, and they come with the nice dust bags. That's one there. Obviously, another one there. So, but no, for sure. I'll get into this real quick. Talk about new shoes. You know, this new Kobe China release only. A lot of people calling this like a ring ceremony type thing. It's just a China release only. But the colorway and the color blocking on this shoe and the tongue, they went hard. I mean, they're stitching in things that they didn't used to stitch in on these shoes, which I find very, very nice. You know, to me, quality over quantity. And I've tried to preach that years and years and years ago. I do buy new releases, but it's a new release that I like.
Nah, definitely. We were just having a conversation about that. I was like, it's tough these days for me to just keep buying shoes because it's not impressing me the same way. So I really like a lot of the newer shoes that you have here. I really like seeing them in person. I haven't got a chance to see them in person. They kind of like, okay, there's still good things out there. But when I seen this online, I was like, this is a good shoe.
Correct.
I remember saying that definitely. Definitely.
And the inspiration taken from, you know, that whole ring ceremony type inspiration with the red hints with the gold and all that stuff. So it's kind of a nice, you know, look to it.
What you got going on the SB box over there, man?
This one here, again,
Man,
just
box,
like the Soul Flies, Ruckus gifted me these SBs. Again, you know, I got the crawfish on the outside, got the corn here.
Nike SB, I was killing it with the packaging.
Oh man, always come crazy with the crazy packaging.
Always.
You know,
I really
again,
appreciate Nike SB, especially this year.
The hints on the inside that bring the newspaper. Oh, you always eat your boiled crawfish on the newspaper. So you bring out the actual shoe itself, and they use a crawfish boil bag. And with the crawfish boil bag, I mean, it even cinches up. It's crazy, my dude. Like, it even does what a real boil bag's supposed to do, you know? So, it's a trip, you know?
No, I mean, the packaging.
And
definitely.
to put that much detail into it, you know? They're not doing that with, you know, I'm not trying to point out names or anything like that, but it's just not happening. So.
No, I mean, but the whole thing about it, that's what, at the end of the day, it's all Nike.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever,
Exactly.
so they know what they're doing, and I respect it. Nike SB, the packaging is always
But this one
wonderful.
here, it's just crazy. From the reverse leather, you know, on the shoe. A lot of people call this suede. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. It's reverse leather on the shoe. To the corn cob hits it on the back. You know, you know, they use it into the tongue of the shoe. You know, again, the newspaper on the side, you eat it on it, and then the pot, you boil it. You know, so all the colors are there.
Let me check this out.
So it's a very cool shoe.
What?
And again, thank you, Ruckus, very much for the shoe.
The pot, corn on the cob,
Right?
yellow.
So it's all there. Everything that's on the box, everything that represents on the box comes on the shoe.
The newspaper, man.
It's phenomenal. And Ruckus
It's
is
nice.
doing it. You know what I mean?
This corn on the cob is crazy.
They hit it with
Now Ruckus,
a little
definitely
tag
shout out
on
to
that,
Ruckus,
for sure.
definitely.
Louisiana. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So.
I need to go to Ruckus next, definitely do a show. I definitely need to go there. That's a wonderful, wonderful shoe.
Then we'll get into this Kobe real quick. You know, a lot of people know about this Kobe.
All the shoes, the guy with all the shoes.
Just a few, just a few. This Kobe here, to me, a lot of people are talking about, you know, Kobe's not making good shoes no more, you know, after the 8, you know, they didn't like it, this and the third. Well, he came back and killed it with this one here. You know, these fly nets, of course, when you compare it to this, I mean, a lot of similar hints and, you know, things going on.
This is a different ball game.
This is just a whole
different ball game.
all right, I'm gonna keep it real right now. This is Toyota, this is the Lexus. So I mean, that's just how it works.
Hey, he's not lying.
You know what I mean? So this shoe here with the fly net is super comfortable. I could wear all day long. Some of these shoes, I'm gonna keep it real. You get to the point you want to take them off. This one here, I can wear all day, every day. So the colorway is very nice. I like the dumb bottom sole here. I mean the gray sole here on the shoe. To me, white, hard to wear. A lot of people have a hard time wearing white shoes. I never do. I like the white shoes, you know what I mean? So again,
The perfect pair of
obviously
shoes.
I like the white shoes. So
I'm good. I wear white shoes.
A lot of people talk about Air Maxes, you know.
That's my favorite one.
Atmos.
That's my favorite joke. That's my favorite Air Max one.
They definitely killed this one right here with the elephant print. Hold on.
What printing in there?
Hold on.
The perfect pair messed
up. With the elephant print hints on it. This shoe I've had, I believe, since 2004 or 5 on this shoe here. To me, again, the air bubble's still right on the shoe. If you keep these shoes right, they won't fall apart. I've seen a lot of folks talk about sole separation on these shoes already.
I mean, I think what I'm personally telling you, man, I think that sole separation can happen on any shoe. It can happen.
It can.
But it's almost about, like you said, taking care of your shoes.
Preventions for sure.
I feel that the more you wear your shoes, also
That's what
it helps. It helps. Honestly.
Put some moisture in there, exactly. So,
Exactly.
but this is a very, very, very nice shoe.
Where did you get these from, if you can remember?
Oh man, I can't. Honestly, I've bought too many shoes from them. But again, this is suede. You know, a lot of people talk about suede on shoes nowadays. No, this is suede. So that's the thing.
Let me check one.
You know, again, we can go straight into this one from that. Talking about suede on shoes.
Sure.
This one, you know what I mean? As you see my finger brush it, I mean, it ain't gonna lie to you. Just like the Yeezys, as I brush it back, it's gonna change on you. That's what suede's supposed to do. You know?
Good suede.
And exactly, quality suede. So again,
good suede.
But this shoe here is slept on too.
Man.
European.
I don't think it's slept on. It's just everybody can't get it.
Well, no, it's slept on because a lot of people don't know the quality of the shoe.
That shoe is crazy.
All they know is the colorway.
Shoe is crazy.
All they know is the colorway.
Crazy.
They see red one, gotta have it.
That shoe is crazy.
But they don't really realize. I'm gonna keep it real. That Laney one, that's still sitting on shelves.
Same material.
Same shoe.
Was that yellow and blue one?
So it goes to show you hype. You know.
Well, at the same time, hype is always, like we said, hype is
gonna be there.
Yeah, hype is gonna be there.
Right.
But for me personally, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm a Laney colorway fan, but I didn't like the color placements on the one.
No.
I didn't like it.
See, I have it.
I passed on it. You know, I said it's like whoever has, you know, I respect it. But I was like, for me, I was like, you know what, I got my 5s.
I just saw the quality and I was like, wow.
No, the quality is amazing.
Yeah.
The quality is amazing. For me, honestly, the Jordan 1 High was one of the shoes that they start bringing back regularly. That I was like, I'm happy.
Well, for sure. And
period.
And making the
high, like what? Like this is right here.
Exactly.
Top of 2014.
For sure.
They're not going to beat this.
This is my best cop this year.
Oh,
for
man.
sure. 100%.
This is it.
And then I'm gonna go straight into my marriage 12 here.
The turn up time.
Yeah.
Turn up time.
I got married June 7th of this year.
Congratulations.
And when I did, of course I wore my LVs. You know, I wore my dress shoes. A lot of people saw pictures though of my wife and I dancing on the dance floor. And I had these on. And a lot of people said, oh, you got married and, you know, those OVOs, can't believe you do this, that, and the thing. I didn't get married in OVOs. I got married in LVs. And I switched out to the OVOs. So you gotta respect the hustle, you know. So
I mean, it's definitely stuntcity.com.
This shoe matched it perfectly with these stingray hints right here on the side. It matched my suit perfectly. So I have the Rising Sun. I've got the Anniversary 11.
Right.
Again, cut that up. I'm gonna go grab this. You know what I mean? I strapped it on. I beat the hell out of this shoe. In a video, right before you came, I cleaned the shoe with Jason Marks. So
Jason,
you know,
my boy.
Shout out to Jason.
Golly,
on that right there. This is after a wedding. You know how it gets. You know what I mean? Like this turned up. There's the liquor everywhere. Come on, look brand new. You know, and that's the thing. I like the cleaner, but I like the person better behind the cleaner. Jason's a good dude, you know.
Definitely.
And the people working there, good people too.
Definitely, great person.
But this here, right here, this 12, I'm gonna keep it real right now, is one of the best 12s made. And shout out to the OVO crew for this one. I appreciate it, you know what I mean? So
listen, let me check this out, man.
For sure. That's great tumbled leather. That's real Stingray. A lot of people don't know that about the shoes. They just seeing them, and they don't really know what the shoe's all about, you know.
Very, very simple, straight to the point. It's a clean shoe.
It's super clean. I love the white on the back, all white.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, man, for 2 seconds, I was like, why is it?
They've never done.
Why is it not gold like that? I was like,
exactly.
it went white.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a really clean shoe. Like they almost made it so that you want to wear it with something other than jeans. Like you don't want to get it dirty.
That's why I threw it on with the suit.
No, I respect it.
You know what I mean?
I respect it. Got the owl in there. No, these are clean.
Very, very, very nice shoe. But again, you know, I brought a few shoes out. There's a vast collection here.
Like I told the guy, first of all, everybody, just 5 pairs you want to talk about. Make a set and make a mood. Obviously, he reached down in the volcano and pulled out all the lava. It's okay. It's wonderful. It's about the sneakers anyway, and I want everybody to watch the shows to just understand that it's so many different levels in the sneaker community and so many different ways to watch it. And everybody has their own reasons for getting what they get, period. Like, some people are going to look at any episode or this episode, I'm like, oh man, he picked all the best shoes to talk about. If you had the same shoes and I asked you to talk about them, you would too. You're defined by your collection. It doesn't make you less of a person, better of a person. It's just what you can afford and what you like.
Correct.
That's what the sneaker game is all about. Just buying shoes to be buying them. I'm not a fan of it, and even if you do it, that's on you, it's your money. But everybody has different levels of what shoes they can buy. Don't be jealous of the next man. If you want that shoe, work hard and get it. Because at the end of the day, our families mean more than these tennis shoes.
Exactly.
Way more.
Yes, for sure.
But you only see these shoes here right now because our families are taken care of. That's it, period. Definitely.
Most certainly.
So, hey man, we've talked about this, all the fire that you brought. For you personally, how do you feel, like for you, what would you like to see the sneaker game go to? Like, you've seen it all, honestly, when it comes to sneakers. What would you like to see personally? Like something that honestly would kind of get you like excited, other than like the actual shoes that's releasing, but like just something in general about the game,
Education. That's number one for me. A lot of people talk about shoes and they think they know what they're talking about.
True.
And to a point they do, I'll give them credit. But if you're gonna start talking about certain shoes, know what you're talking about, know what the shoe is, and don't give it some crazy name just because you like the shoe.
Right.
So for me, the culture has evolved into, I'm gonna get this shoe right here for $200. I'm gonna resell it for $500. That's what the culture's evolved into. And it's sad because you have the children running most of this game. And no knock to their hustle. I'm not knocking the hustle. But it's hard for an adult to deal with children. So for me, I'll wait. So another thing I'll say, patience. I don't see that a lot in this game. Shoes come out, they gotta jump on.
Gotta
jump on.
Now, patience is a virtue, period.
You'll honestly get more in the end if you're patient about copping shoes, getting shoes. Don't be so persistent too, and don't be so thirsty to grab a shoe for $500. Wait for the next man to come along and say $325. Save a little bit of money. You know what I mean? So the way I look at it is, I'm not knocking the resellers. I'm not knocking hustles, whatever it is. But I want to say this to public on film. I don't sell shoes. I get hit all the time on my Instagram asking me, yo, perfect pair, hook me up with this. Can you get me this? Because they see these vast, variants of shoes I can reach out and touch.
Correct.
Don't get it twisted. I don't sell shoes. I'm not trying to sell you a shoe. Quit DM me, please, about selling shoes, because I don't do this.
You're not selling you anything, honestly.
Exactly. I collect for myself. I don't think it was really iterated through Nice Kicks when people saw these, boxes everywhere, all these crazy shoes. That I wasn't a reseller. I'm a true collector of these shoes. Have been for 22 years, and I pride myself upon that. And my brother started me in this game. We never sold shoes to get another shoe. You know what I mean? So,
right.
And that's another thing too. I can't stand seeing these kids go to, I'm gonna buy this $500, and I'm gonna turn around and sell it for $700 to get this. I get it, but collect this, save your money up, then get this. That's how you start a collection of shoes.
A real collection.
People ask me all the time, how you have so many shoes? I just told you.
Bought it when I could afford it. I say.
You know what I mean? So,
definitely.
and that's another thing too. In 22 years of buying these shoes, I think I'm gonna have quite a few. So, and then I inherited my brother's shoe collection when he passed away also. He had about 850 pair. We buried almost 200 pairs of shoes with him. So, I had a lot of shoes that I had to deal with after the fact.
Right.
Again, I parted some out. I gave some away to some of the family members. But some of these shoes sitting here before you are his.
Right.
You know, from that 3 sitting right there, you know, to the 4 that's in this box that was made for him by Soul Treasures. These were all shoes that were made for my brother. I mean, you know, or given to my brother. So, again, like this here, you know, he bought it back in '99. His wife Chantel waiting in line for him, you know, copping us shoes. You know what I mean? So, these things back in the day for us weren't about a commodity, and it wasn't about a flex.
All right.
You know what I mean? It was just about strapping a shoe on and having a cool shoe. I got the new J's.
I got the new J's.
That's all it was about.
See, for me personally, and even think about it, you're saying it from your perspective. Even from my perspective, when I first got into even just buying Jordans, it's like, I just got the new J's. Like, I don't think I'm better than you or anything. I have the new J's. I really love Jordan tennis shoes. Like, period. Like, simple as that. I feel like the game has become just a whole different vast arena of
It's silly.
this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, it makes it interesting, something to look at.
It does.
You know, because if it wasn't interesting, I guess people wouldn't be interested in doing it.
It'd be boring.
So I respect it, and I respect like I said, this show is to kind of just show you all the different levels and sides to the shoe game. It's not just resellers. It's not just people with crazy collections. It's about everybody in the game. People who buy shoes to get other shoes. People who just resell, period.
Right.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's all a part of the game, period.
As long as you love it with passion, that's what it boils down to at the end of the day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So the passion. So you asked me earlier, passion, education, patience.
Those are the 3 things that you would like to see evolve more in the shoe game.
Know what you're talking. What did Jordan do in this for?
Understand everything about it.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Why did Soulfly make that collabo? You know what I mean? Why are they calling us the Cramp Packs?
Yeah, I guess.
You know, it's kind of sad to me because if he would have won, how much hype would be behind this shoe right now?
Yeah, you're right.
You know, so
It would've been a pack.
and that's the thing is, instead of 300, 400, 500 on a resale, 8,000. And that's the sad part about it is because he didn't win. Now they make fun of it, call it Cramp Pack. Get out of here with that. You know, and I got the low over there, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I like both shoes. I got the whole 3 series of Champ Pack here.
Right.
You know, I like those shoes. It's not about the hype
Right.
surrounding the shoe, or I wouldn't have the Cramp Packs in here in front of you. You know what I mean? As they call it, you know what I'm saying? So the point is, I like the shoes. If I ever wear the shoe, I may or may not. I bought it for the collectability. I already had the other 2 in the packs.
Right.
I knew the low and this high are supposed to be the Champ Pack if you would have won the championship.
Correct.
So the point is, collect it. Don't let it sleep on the shelf and then go, oh man, I'm paying the reseller $700 now. I can't stand that. So get out there, get in the malls, do your thing, get in your car, move around. You know, it kills me. Kids want to sell on a computer, box, this, that, and the third.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
to me,
like I said, it's a different world. It's a different world. And I like even to the kids who do it.
And I'm old
like-
school, you know, that's the thing. So I go out, I get my own shoes, you know.
Yeah, like I said, for me personally, I have what I have, and that's in probably like an 8-year span. Like this is 22 years of collecting, and this is just a section. This is not even a section. This is like,
Just a
let me
little
look in
pinch.
there and grab as much as my one hand can grab. You know, that's what it's all about. Like everybody has different collections, and I just want to show everyone who watches Cam James what different collections look like and understand these people, so that you won't assumptions like speculation rule the nation.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that.
Know what you're talking about. I feel that if a man tells you the reason why he's doing something, then you have no other reason than to believe that. You can't go off of what Nice Kicks or Sneaker News or anybody tells you. Like, that's what they're saying.
Exactly.
Let's talk about what he's actually saying. And I love all those sites. Those are great people. Those are all fans of them. But the comments and everything that people are saying, guys, unless you actually know somebody, because it could be your friend. And then what? What happens after you meet the person? You realize, oh, it's just a person who collects shoes over 22 years.
Correct.
It changes your whole perspective on that person. So don't be so quick to judge. Understand, like you said, education,
Education.
knowledge of just the entire game, not just, oh, I got some shoes.
I got Soulflies.
Oh wow, I got Soulflies. Oh, these were $7,000.
Exactly.
You know, it's like it's way more to it than that. Honestly, my personal opinion, and obviously my man Kenny's, aka the Perfect Pair's opinion.
Yes, I'll stick to that.
Definitely, man, definitely. So for everybody that's been watching Cam James, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, man. Like, Vegas was wonderful. I want to give a big shout out once again to Duck Exchange, all those good guys, everybody with the great boots that we went by. It was a great event. Shout out to everybody, much love. Once again, shout out to my man Kenny, definitely, aka the Perfect Pair, for, like I said, just talking with us and letting the kids know a little bit more just about what the sneaker game is really about and what 22 years look like, man. You already know, man. Definitely. Till the next time, it's been Camp James. Thank you. God bless everyone.